Welcome back to the channel. Today I will show you how I built this amazing dining bench. Firstly, I cut all the wood that I needed to build the base of the bench. I used 2x4 for the legs and 1x1 for the lower shelf. I drilled pocket holes into the ends of each piece to be able to connect them, one into the 1x1s and 2 holes into the 2x4s, except from the legs. These are the pieces that I need to build the base. I started off by building the legs first, simply connected the legs with the short ones, 2x4s on the top and 1x1s on the bottom. Here I had to make sure that the pocket holes are on the same side, which will be the inside of the bench. Then I connected the legs with the longer pieces. This bench was custom made for our dining table, the length can be different for other tables. Using my speed square, I made sure that the 1x1s are flush with each other, pocket holes facing towards the ground this time. I marked the middle of the crossing 1x1 and the end of the long piece to be able to place exactly in the middle. Now that the base is ready, I move to the seat. I cut the main seat, then smaller strips to build the frame and the pattern inside of it. I placed my stop block to 1.2 cm, which is the thickness of the plywood sheet. The test cut was very accurate, so I could go ahead and cut all the strips I needed for the pattern. I sanded both ends of the strips to be able to work with them as easy as possible. Then, using my longer clamps, I started to build the rectangles out of these strips, 5 shorter and 5 longer ones. I did not add glue between these rectangles. If you do not have any long clamps, it can be done with shorter clamps as well. When dried, I removed any excess glue from both sides. As a next step, I cut the rectangles to the same size. For the frame, I glued three 1.2 cm thick strips together using a straight piece of wood to clamp to as a guide. While I was waiting for the glue to set, I disassembled and sanded the base of the bench. After putting it back together, I gave it a coat of primer. The lower shelf did not need it, so I gave them the first coat of paint. When the primer dried, I applied 2 layers of paint on the base and another layer on the 3 pieces of the lower shelf. I set my miter saw blade to a 45 degrees angle for the frame and cut those pieces around the pattern. Then, starting with the corner, I glued the frame and the pattern onto the sheet of plywood. For the small imperfections and gaps, I mixed some glue with sawdust and filled the gaps between. When dried, I sanded the whole piece with 80 then 160 grit sandpaper. Using my router table, I rounded the edges all around and finished sanding it with 400 and lastly 1000 grit sandpaper to make it really smooth. As a finish, I applied a layer of tung oil, which nicely brought out all the details of the plywood layers. As a last step, which I forgot to do earlier, I drilled pocket holes into the top of the base and screwed it to the seat while making sure that the distance is the same from each end. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to help the channel grow and hit the bell notification to get notified when we upload the next one. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram.